Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be starting on some of the things that are wrong with this truck. The first thing we are going to be doing is cleaning the battery cables. They are corroded, or they were corroded whenever I bought this truck. I had to throw some new batteries in it. We cleaned them off as much as possible, but today we are going to get the little wire brush cleaner. I'm sorry, I'm trying to open the hood. I'm going to get the wire brush cleaner, clean off the terminals and inside the brackets, and then we also are going to be replacing the bolts. So let's get right to work. First thing I have to do is take off this air intake to get to the battery. I'm using a 5/16 ratchet to get it off. And all it is this one screw. You wiggle that off. I'm going to screw this back on so I don't lose it. Look at my air filter. This first time I've looked at it, it's fairly clean. So I probably won't need a new one of those anytime soon. I'll just probably take it out and make sure there's no nest or anything in it. But what I'm going to be doing is taking off the ground and the hot, of course. And then we are going to be spraying this battery terminal protector on it and cleaning it off with this steel thing. So after I get these off, I'll get back to y'all. Now that I have all the cables unhooked, I'm going to take the handy dandy Sawzall and cut this bolt in half. As you can see, it's rusted. So here we go. Okay, that didn't take very much. I should be able to just twist it out now, and then I'm just gonna go grab another bolt and do this to all of them real quick. Now that I've got the bolts cut out, you can see it. I just used regular bolts from the hardware store here in town. This one also has one in it. Next thing I'm gonna do, take this, clean off the terminals. Same with this one. And then take this apart just like so. And there's a little piece in here. You clean these terminals, and this helps make sure you get a really good ground and connection. And I'm going to clean off some of this corrosion on the outside of this thing. And for y'all that don't know, this truck does have two batteries. There's one on the exact opposite side, so I'm doing that one off of camera, just showing you all this one on camera. So clean that one. Clean that one up. And now I'm going to blow this off real fast, and then we are going to be spraying this protector on here. Now that I cleaned it, it's all blown off, I'm going to spray some of this terminal protector on here. I've never used this stuff. My dad said it makes the terminals look like they're brand new again. So we're going to put those on there, and then we're going to slip this one back on the negative, this one back on the positive, tighten them down, and we're good to go. The batteries are all put back together, sprayed the terminal stuff on them. The next thing I'm going to be doing is taking off the side steps. The reason being is they're just really small and they're kind of in the way. I always hit my shin on them. So that is going to be the next thing. So I'm going to take my drill, crawl under there, and take those things off. One off. I'm gonna leave the bolts under here so there's not just holes in my cab floor, but just gonna put the nuts back on them and then go to the other side. Now that the side steps are off, the next thing I'm going to work on is the horn, which is located under the passenger side battery. and the horn is right down there. There are 2 of them. If you can see those yellow wires, that's where they're coming from. So what I'm gonna do is run a hot and a ground from the horn to the battery and see if they honk. So let's get right to work on that. I have some good news. I just went over there and hooked a battery up to both the horns and they both work. So my next thing I'm gonna start trying to do is go in here and find all the bad fuses. I've already found one, which is this one right here. And it does not say it's a horn, but we are going to replace it real quick. I'm gonna set this up real quick so y'all can see. There it is. It was a 25 amp that I had in there. So we will put another 25 amp back in there. And then all the other fuses look good here. We're gonna go to the door panel or the one inside the cab next and look at those. So all the fuses in the panel right here look good. I don't see any that are blown. I did some research about the horn and I think it might be the clock screw, which is located back here in the behind the steering wheel. The first thing I'm gonna do is take off this plastic piece here, and then we will start working on taking these screws out on the bottom of the steering wheel. There's 4 screws, I believe. After that, we will get to the steering wheel. So far I have removed the bottom panel and then the panel that sits under here, also the lever that lets you adjust your steering wheel. It just screws out from that hole right there. Just unscrew it. And then I've also taken the key out, or the ignition out, which is right here. There's that little silver ball right there on the bottom of it. And on the bottom of your plastic, oh sorry, I dropped in the back seat, give me a second. On the bottom of your plastic, when you're taking off your screws, you stick a screwdriver right in that hole and find that little ball and then turn your key to right before you would turn it on, so your ignition almost all the way on, and then you push up on that ball and you can pull your ignition all the way out. So the next thing to do, we're going to take off this piece of plastic up here and then remove the steering wheel cover. I have now removed the cover. All I did was pull on, there's a little clip right here that slides into this. I know you can't really see it great on video, but after you get it off, there's also a little electrical plug which plugs right in here that goes to your cruise control, your steering, your horn and your buttons. And before I did all this, I did unplug the batteries, just so everyone knows. And I also unhooked this, you can see it right there. There's a little tab on here that runs to your steering wheel, which is all these wires right here. So what I'm gonna do now, I have a 5/8 inch socket. I'm gonna loosen my steering wheel bolt, which is right here in the middle. Got that far, and I'm gonna go get me a steering wheel puller. I have now pulled the steering wheel. You have to remove this bolt and then pull it off. And what the back is this copper string or copper wire, and that is what sends stuff to this, which is little copper buttons. Let me get a light on it so y'all can see it. There's 3 copper buttons right there, and that is what sends your horn, your cruise control, and your, I guess your cruise control, I'm assuming the one's on and off or something, but that's for sure what sends the signal to your horn. I have plugged the battery back in and I'm going to test the horn. So the prongs work. The steering wheel is also good. I went in here and touched one of the little tabs that run to the switches, and it read voltage and the horn went off. So I'm assuming I'm gonna plug this in next, see if I can get voltage out of this, but this must be what's wrong. There must be something in here that has went out. So we'll try to fix that. If not, we'll be replacing that piece. I'm crossing my fingers. I think I have fixed the problem. Test try number 1. There we go. All right, so what I did was I had to run that black ground with the little white tip on it. I ran it to the screw up here because when I was pushing the horn, it was not making a ground. So I pushed it and it wasn't making a ground. So now when you push it, it's good and it's grounded out. So that's gonna be good. The steering wheel's not shaky or anything. Gonna just need to put all the plastics back on and we will be good to go. The next thing we're gonna do is work on the door handle. What I have here is a metal door handle off of Amazon. It was about 22 bucks for both sides. So we are going to be taking off this door panel, getting to this handle and getting it replaced. So I have the old door handle off. I'm about to put this new one on. All you have to do is put it right up here, slip the existing bolt through, and then tighten it down. It is an 8mm bolt that you are going to be tightening on. So now that is on, I'll get back to y'all after I get the door panel back on. I was fully able to get the driver's side door handle in. So now we are going to replace the passenger side. Even though it's not broke, it's just really plasticky, so I don't want it to break in the future. So let's get this one replaced. Here's another view of the door handle. As you can see, there's an indent here with some lines. It gives you a nice good grip on it. For those that might go buy these, mine had a D on the back of this door handle and that one had an I, so I assumed this one was a driver's side. I put it on driver's side and it did not work. So just word of advice for anyone that might go out and buy these. The next thing I need to fix for inspection is my tail light or my reverse light. It is out, so we are going to remove this. I got the old light out. I'm going to be throwing this light in there. Okay, pop back into place. So let's put this back together and we should be golden to do this. I just put an old light from my truck in it. And that should do the trick for now. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with the bed and stuff, so I don't want to go out and buy a new $4 light, even though it's $4. But hey, $4 is $4. So, throw this thing back in. And that's going to be a wrap to this video. Thank y'all for watching. The truck, I just drove it, drives really well. There's no steering wheel play or it doesn't wiggle or anything. So, that's a good thing. The other thing is, all the lights work, the horn works. So now we just need to get it inspected and it'll be good to go for the road. So, thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe and I'll see y'all in the next video.